Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. The US president just said the shutdown is a scam to fund millions that came into our sleeping giant. He said this: I think it's a shame that it's shut down because we have the greatest economy, as you were saying before. The left, they want $1.5 trillion to give to the millions that came in, who came into the sleeping giant, and is going to hurt the health care of citizens of our sleeping giant. Now we need the left, and there are a lot of them that want to make a deal. So I think at some point, common sense will prevail. That's one of the latest updates when it comes to the shutdown, and it's really sad. So they holding the sleeping giant citizen hostages, and a lot of people not pleased. So this coming November, there's a possibility 41 or 42 million sleeping giant citizens won't get their EBT. At the same time, we have some more breaking news coming out. It says here the U.S. commander put out this information. The Wall Street Journal story on USA's approval of Crane being allowed to use long-range missiles deep into the bear country is fake. The sleeping giant has nothing to do with those missiles, wherever they may come from, or what Crane does with them. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. So let's say the bear gets hit with Tomahawk. Again, the only one they got it from is from the sleeping giant. So if the bear gets hit, it's a sleeping giant fault. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. So leave comments down below, guys. What are your thoughts on this one here? So if the bear Russia gets hit with long range that belongs to us, is it our fault? One thing I'll tell you guys, we did sell them. Here's another one. Speaking just now from the Oval Office, alongside NATO Secretary General Mark, the U.S. commander announces that he has canceled the Budapest summit. So he's the one that canceled it, between himself and Putin, stating, it just didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel like we were going to get to the place we have to get. So I canceled it. So he canceled it. Because again, there's no point of going. There's no agreements. Once again, here's the Tomahawks. So the U.S. commander said Tomahawks are too complex for Crane. The problem with the Tomahawks is that a lot of people don't know it'll take a minimum of 6 months, usually a year, to learn how to use it. They're highly complex. So the only way a Tomahawk is going to be shot if we shot it, and we are not going to do that. There you go. I've been saying it for the last couple of months. We the one who pushed the buttons, and it's not only Tomahawk, but it's other stuff too, like the ATACs. We push the buttons. So Donald's saying he's not gonna be pushing buttons. He's not gonna do that. Very important information coming out. Also, guys, we're gonna focus on this one more. Explosions reported near military base in southern of the Bear Country. Blast allegedly rock ammunition plant 17 kilometers from Crane. All right, we're gonna get to this one, but let me just show you this really quick here, guys. All right, so I did talk about this over my third channel, the Real GS News. Excuse me, the Rise Up Prepper Watch News. Excuse me, guys. So breaking, you have Mr. Loeb, who says an interstellar object which could carry aliens to Earth, is now warning the public to take vacations before October 29 and claims NASA is concealing the truth about 3I Atlas, which he says he doesn't believe is a comet. Now, the object officially named 3I Atlas is said to be roughly the size of Manhattan and has left scientists scratching their heads since its discovery. Now, Mr. Loeb, the outspoken Harvard professor known for his controversial theories about extraterrestrial life, suggested that the bizarre visitor could even be artificial in origin. Wow. Okay, so take a vacation. I don't know. Again, this thing is going to be like 300 million miles away from Earth. So there's no way for us to see this thing. Not even with a telescope. Alright, let's see what's going on here, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Check out the videos I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. Explosions were reported near a military base just outside the southern of the Bear city of Stavropol late on October 22nd. An additional explosion rocked an ammunition plant in the central city of Kopyansk. Now, in Stavropol, a woman was allegedly, she passed, and my condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones, after sustaining shrapnel wounds from the reported explosion. A young one, stroller, with an explosive device hitting inside, was planted near the military site, unnamed sources told the Bear media. Wow, that is crazy. The explosion reportedly took place at a bus stop near Russia's 247th Guards Airborne Assault Regiment. Now, a suspect has been detained and taken to nearby military base for questioning. In Kopyansk, explosions were reported near the Platmas factory, with emergency services responding to the incident. Now, the plant produces ammunition for Russian military and is subject to sanctions imposed by Ukraine's allies, according to open source data. Man. Now you have this another region, Oblast. The governor confirmed an explosion occurred at an enterprise, resulting in an unspecified number of casualties. Man, it's not looking good. Kopyansk is located just over 1,700 kilometers. That's 1,056 miles from Ukraine's northeastern border with Russia. The Kiev Independent could not immediately verify the details. Now, Ukraine's army regularly strikes military infrastructure within occupied territory and deep within the Bear in an attempt to diminish Moscow fighting power as it continues to wage its war against Ukraine. Now, overnight on October 22nd, Ukrainian drones struck an oil refinery. I'm going to skip that name. Another oil refinery was hit. Now, Ukrainian drones launched a massive airstrike on Russia's Bryansk and Rostov Oblast overnight on October 21st. Local authorities claim injuring two and causing limited damage. And things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. So now what's next? You got this Gov shutdown. You got these Tomahawk stuff. You got so many things that's happening. Hold on, what's going on here? Today, the Department of War is announcing the next generation of the Pentagon Press Corps. We are excited to announce over 60 journalists representing a broad spectrum of new media outlets and independent journalists have signed the Pentagon Media Access Policy and will be joining the new Pentagon Press Corps. 26 journalists across 18 outlets were among the former Pentagon press corps who chose to sign the Dow Media Access policy. The new media outlets and independent journalists have created the formula to circumvent the lies of the there you go, the NEWS, and get the real news directly to the American people. Wow! So their reach and impact collectively are far more effective and balanced than the self-righteous media who chose to self-deport from the Pentagon. Americans have largely abandoned digesting their news through the lens of activists who masquerade as journalists in the media. We look forward to beginning a fresh relationship with members of the new Pentagon press corps. Man, the new media. Hold on, give me a second here. You mean journalists and media outlets that promise to post only the content approved by and expressing positive views towards the Pentagon and Department of Defense under PHEXIT? Question mark. Canadian Prepper responded to this. He said the WW3 press corps hand selected by the Pentagon. What? Hold on, give me a second here. The US president said we have the most nukes. Russia is second. The Red Dragon is third, and by a long way, but we will be even within 4.5 years. Too many. We are talking about de-escalation, and I think we will add the Red Dragon into it. Hold on. Isn't it bad they have more nukes? This is kind of strange, though. That's really strange for the U.S. commander to come out and say something like that. There's a possibility we might have a lot more. We just gave a phony number. Wow. Again, what are your thoughts, guys? Leave comments down below with all these news. Once again, make sure you triple check that notification bell. Alright, so give me a second here, guys. Alright. I want to show you guys something really quick here. So, everybody's talking about this. So, okay, the Christian pastor, everybody's calling the Christian pastor who is accurately predicted. He didn't predict it because Donald didn't have his eardrum busted. Attempt with eerie detail claims that a giant alien ship will soon slowly move across the ocean and the whole world will watch it on television and humanity will be terrified. First of all, he got that from Baba, the blind woman, back in 1995. She put out the prediction. She said this coming 2025, there's going to be a new light that is going to appear, and it's going to be during some kind of sporting event. And, you know, television, people watching a baseball game, whatever, they're going to see this new light, and the camera is going to look up, and everybody's going to see it. So, again, he got that from Baba, the blind woman. Baba Vaga, I think that's the name. He got that from the blind woman. So again, this is a phony prophet. Again, he's a false prophet. A lot of people might follow him. I don't. I believe that there is no more prophet, for we are told to be disciples. And that was a command given to us to go out and make disciples. Prophets were in the Old Testament. But in our time, we are told to go out and make disciples and spread the gospel. We already have the Bible. The Bible is already completed from the very beginning to the very end. So we don't need no more prophets. We already have Jesus Christ. And that's all we need. But Jesus tells us that there will be many false prophets, that there will be many wolves disguised in clothing of lamb. All these people be on social media with their baloney stuff. Jesus is coming, and none of that ever happens. It's all money, publicity, deceiving people. These are antichrist spirits. Jesus says, again, that all this will come. Many will be deceived, even possibly the elect. I might go live and talk about this one tonight, but it's just absolutely insane. It's mind-blowing that everybody believed that person. He got that story from Baba, the blinded woman, and she put out that prediction decades ago, and he's basically taking her work, her whatever credit, and he's trying to deceive people with it. Absolutely disgusting. What a shame. What a shame. And one thing I tell you, I don't believe in Nostradamus and none of these people. I just focus in scriptures. But these people, they're going to have to answer to God. It's disgusting. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.